Hugh Freeze
Oh, yeah.
last year, 5-7, 2-6 in the conference. That first year over here for him, he's returning 8 on offense, 9 on defense, and he stacks it with 20 transfers. What do you think of Hugh Freeze? Let them know what you know about this guy and where you think he's going to take this team.
Well, if those of you that follow SEC football know about Hugh Freeze, he's got a storied past over at Ole Miss, and then he kind of laid low for a little bit. Then he shows up at Liberty, puts that program on the map, and does a bang up job there with the offense. He knows how to win in the SEC. He knows about the SEC, so it's almost, I'm not going to call it a homecoming per se. I know the Auburn Tiger fans are really excited about this guy to have him there, but like I say, he's got a checkered past. But the guy knows how to win in the SEC, and Harsin just didn't get it in the SEC. So this is his replacement, and I think they got the right guy. So I'm glad for the Auburn Tiger fans because now they'll have something to cheer about. They had 3 years of misery. Things are looking sunny up in Tigerland right now for them with this coach. So I like him as a head football coach in that spot.
Well, he gets some returners back, and he's going to be having Robbie Ashford at quarterback, Jacquez Hunter running back, Robbie Johnson's out there. He's a great receiver out there for some talent out there to catch the ball. Issues on the offensive line. The offensive line is basically in a rebuild with a couple of transfers and stuff like that. But the offensive line did a good last year against running the ball and not so well passing the ball. Number 90 in points per game, not too good. But like you said, they have the potential to put together. But I just don't think this is the year. This is not the year to do it right here. They had bad weather for the spring game. They didn't get to play the spring game. Some exciting points about him was coming over here, Hugh Freeze. He, if you guys remember Cadillac Williams, the running back, he's going to be the associate head coach and running back coach. So it's going to be interesting to see how Hugh Freeze put this together. Like you said, Auburn fans, don't run to the ticket counter yet. Let this thing come together and see what we got going on.
Oh, yeah, it's going to definitely be a work in progress. I mean, TJ Finley, the former LSU QB, that's who he's going to have taking the snaps for him. They've always had – Auburn traditionally has always had a solid running game. They've always had NFL talent running back. So I'm sure, we're going to see him go back to that because he knows he's going to need that in the SEC. He's not an air raid guy, even though he can develop that type of offense. But I don't think they're built that way right now, like you said. So I think it's going to be developmental. So it's going to be a first-year thing. And I really think they're going to underperform this season on the offensive side of the ball. I really do. So we'll talk a bit later on when we break down the schedule. But offensively speaking, with Freeze coming in, like I said, work in progress. And, there's going to be sunnier days ahead for this squad here, but they got to start somewhere, and this is the starting point for them.
Yeah, that's how I kind of see it too. And if we go back to Harsin last year, that was I cashed that because of the drama last year with Harsin.
Yeah, you preached that all year. All year.
It just got worse and worse last year with that situation, and I think that some of that's going to have a trickle down effect coming into this first year right here, and it's going to be tough. They do return some on defense, but they did have to go plug and play some transfers as well. So we're going to have to see. The jury's going to have to see what we actually get out of that defense that didn't perform well last year. So we'll have to, they already have the odds against them right there. They didn't get a spring game. They got a lot of moving parts going on offense. The offensive line is a rebuild. But if you look at the schedule, they got some deception here. This is where we make our money. They could go 3-0. Well, that's too small. Let me bring it up. I can't even see that. I think it's UMass first.
Yeah, UMass, California, Samford, or
Yeah.
UMass is the first game. That's a winnable game, right?
Yeah, if they could get them first 3, they could look good going into the season. It's UMass, Cal, and what was the third one? Samford?
Samford, yeah. That's a small school. And then they got A&M at A&M. And after that, they come home and play Georgia. Then they take a break. Then they go on the road and play LSU. So it could be smack city, smack, A&M, Georgia, LSU. Then they play then they get a bye week. It says a bye, but that doesn't look like it does. They say they play Mississippi off a bye, but they got it 14th and 21st, so I don't know what that's all about. But anyways, Mississippi, then Mississippi State, then both home games. Then they go on the road to take Vanderbilt, on the road again at Arkansas. Then they come home and play New Mexico State before they play Alabama. So that's no easy sledding for them. So probably 3-4 wins max for this team this year, possibly. I don't know. But here's the thing. We talked about OCs and DCs. Their offensive coordinators is former Tulsa head coach Philip Montgomery. And then they brought over, which I like this hire here, they got Ron Roberts, who was Baylor's defensive coordinator. And, Baylor had a pretty good defense. I like the way they played ball over there in Texas. And I'm sure Dabby knows about the DC over there too. But so new DC, all new moving pieces for the squad, all new head coach, DC, the whole 9, revamped offense, revamped defense. Tough sledding here. So what's their win total? Is it 3.5? Oh, 6.5.
6.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot. Under, baby.
Under. That's where you get it right there. And just a note, because I'm gonna come back and me, I always clip these little jots that I do right here. I'm gonna clip this one right here because I know it's gonna come true. Look for them to come out and go 3-0. Look for Alabama people, Auburn fans and stuff to go crazy like Hugh Freeze is back and blah, 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 and be right there when they start falling downhill with your bets. And
I'm going to say 4 wins for them.
Yeah, 4 wins is probably – after that 3 is going to be tough. But they're going to look like a shining star after that 3 because nobody's going to know the backstory that they hadn't played anybody. But they're going to be looking like Auburn's back. They're in contentions. Hugh Freeze is here making a difference, and that's where you start betting against them.
I say if they win 5 games, that's a successful season. First-year coach
It would be. It would be. Generally, it would be. So I don't know where they got 6.5 from. That's in the words of Mike Tyson, that's ludicrous. But let's switch over. We made it all the way through that side of the conference. Let me get this over to you.